implement hybrid identity with Windows Server. In this module, learn to configure an Azure environment so that Windows IaaS workloads requiring Active Directory are supported. Also learn to integrate on-premises Active Directory domain services, ADDS environment into Azure. Learning objectives. After completing this module, you'll be able to select a Microsoft Entra integration model, plan for Microsoft Entra integration, prepare on-premises ADDS for directory synchronization, install and configure directory synchronization using Microsoft Entra Connect, implement seamless single sign-on, SSO, enable Microsoft Entra login for an Azure Windows Virtual Machine, VM, describe Microsoft Entra Domain Services, implement and configure Microsoft Entra Domain Services, manage Windows Server in a Microsoft Entra Domain Services instance, join a Windows Server VM to a managed domain. Prerequisites. In order to get the best learning experience from this module, it's important that you have knowledge and experience of the following: managing Windows Server operating system and Windows Server workloads in on-premises scenarios, including Active Directory Domain Services, ADDS, Domain Name System, DNS, the Distributed File System, DFS, Hyper-V, and File and Storage Services, common Windows Server management tools, core Microsoft Compute, storage, networking, and virtualization technologies, on-premises resiliency, Windows Server-based compute and storage technologies, implementing and managing IaaS services in Microsoft Azure, Microsoft Entra ID, security-related technologies, firewalls, encryption, multi-factor authentication, Windows PowerShell scripting, automation, and monitoring. Scenario. Contoso is a medium-sized financial services company in London with a branch office in New York. Most of its compute environment runs on-premises on Windows Server. This includes virtualized workloads on Windows Server 2016 hosts. Contoso's IT staff are in the process of migrating Contoso servers to Windows Server 2025. Contoso's IT director realizes that Contoso has an outdated operational model with limited automation and reliance on dated technology. The Contoso IT engineering team has started exploring Azure capabilities. They want to determine whether Azure services might assist with modernizing the current operational model through automation and virtualization. As part of the initial design, the Contoso IT team asked you, their lead system engineer and server administrator, to set up a proof of concept environment. This environment must verify whether Azure services can help to modernize the IT infrastructure and meet business goals. With more services available online and in the cloud, organizations like Contoso are finding that they need to define and manage cloud identities. Contoso can use cloud identities to authenticate and authorize their users when they try to access company resources. Microsoft provides a cloud-based directory service in the Azure platform called Microsoft Entra ID. Microsoft Entra ID. Microsoft Entra ID is a multi-tenant, cloud-based directory and identity management service. It provides identity and access services for resources that exist in the cloud. Microsoft Entra ID can also provide for single sign-on SSO access to cloud software as a service, SaaS applications. Contoso could also choose to use Microsoft Entra Domain Services. Microsoft Entra Domain Services provides managed domain services such as Domain Join, Group Policy, Lightweight Directory Access Protocol, LDAP, and Kerberos Authentication or NTLM authentication that is fully compatible with Windows Server ADDS. Contoso could integrate Microsoft Entra Domain Services with their Microsoft Entra tenant. This makes it possible for users to sign in using their existing credentials. In this module, you learn how to select a Microsoft Entra integration model and plan for integration.